Are we done yet?
Are we done yet?
Well, that's what I asked myself when I heard there was going to be a sequel to this movie. This is the sequel to Are We There Yet? Starring Ice Cube in his first family comedy, I believe. You know, it's funny because Ice Cube, who, by the way, is not so cubish, he's more round these days, and ain't nothing cubish about that dude. But a few years ago, okay, now you know where he first started, right?
He's from that band N-Words with Attitude, right?
NWA. Yeah, you could have just said that.
Which he was considered originally to be dangerous.
That's right.
He was a gangster straight tripping, yo.
He wasn't even a gangster. He was a gangsta. They were too dangerous for the R. The R ran off. R was scared. So if you had like gone up to Ice Cube a long time ago and said, hey, man, you know what? You're going to be in a family comedy one day. He probably would have shot your ass.
Probably.
And then put juice in his Jerry curl.
But this is happening everywhere. Every scary black man is being brought into the system. I mean, even Samuel Jackson did a movie with Eugene Levy. I mean, for God's sakes, it's happening to them all. Snoop Dogg looks like he's a pimp if Dr. Seuss drew him. I mean, let's face it, if Malcolm X was still alive today, he'd be doing McDonald's commercials.
Well, we might have a Snoop Dogg in a Dr. Seuss movie one day.
Oh, I'd put money on it at this point.
I know. Instead of the cat in the hat, we'll have the dog in the hat.
But you know, I gotta tell you, it's like the FBI after Hoover, they were like, okay, well, this whole like tail on them and trying to make these enemies of the America like fake their suicides or whatever, that ain't working out so well. So instead, we'll just give them lots and lots of money, and then before you know it, they'll be just harmless. They'll be castrated, and this is what it feels like with Ice Cube.
I used to be a scary black dude.
You did? You used to scare the hell out of me. Now I just smack you around whenever you speak up.
I know, but you know what? You give me $1 every now and then. That's why, give me some money and I'll be fine.
That's true. Hey, give me $1.
Yeah. So that being said, there's Ice Cube, speaking of being family friendly, I mean, this whole thing, I'm not going to sit up here and just criticize this movie. I mean, for one thing, I'm still scared of Ice Cube, so, I mean, a little bit, but it's so family friendly and middle of the road that I'm going to look like the bad guy if I criticize it. Seriously, if I had kids and took them to this movie on a Saturday when we all wanted to do something, it's so harmless that they would enjoy it.
So no cussing.
No, nothing like. I mean, only the minimal bit of cussing. Everything that's family friendly. Now you can say damn and hell in front of your kids,
right?
And they'll laugh at you.
No cap popping.
No, nobody gets a cap popped in the ass. No guns, nothing like that. I think the most dangerous thing in here is a nail gun. It really, given that it's Ice Cube, I'm sure he could do some damage with it, but he doesn't. Like I said, it's very, very, very family friendly.
But you say harmless. I mean, harmless is fine. Even the worst movies, family friendly movies, are harmless. Is there anything funny in it?
John C. McGinley. Now, this is why I like this movie, because it's a terrible script. But, I even dare say terrible. It's just a script that Hollywood, when they need a family movie to put out, they press the button on the computer, prints out generic family comedy. Ice Cube is very likable in this. I mean, he ain't the greatest actor in the world, but he does have a lot of screen presence. And he's likable.
He's got charisma.
There you go, with a K. That's how the rappers spell it, right?
Right.
Yeah. So like Ice Cube is oddly enough, he fits very well in a family comedy, at least of this type.
That's terrifying. Maybe they put microchips in them or something. I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, it makes me scared. What are they gonna do to me one day? But no, John C. McGinley, who you might recognize from Scrubs and from some other movies, he's a big character actor. He is really the funny guy in this movie. This guy comes out of nowhere. He plays the guy that he plays the real estate agent that sells them the house. And when he comes in, he all of a sudden just attaches himself to Ice Cube's family. Just out of a weird, he's touching on the wife. He's coming over every day doing a different job. Like when they say, well, we need a contractor to come over and fix some things. This guy's the contractor. He's everything. He's something off of Sesame Street or cartoons. He's like Grover from Sesame Street. He just pops up and does everything. And it's just kind of creepy the way he just feels the need to attach himself to this black family.
If he had a family, it'd be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, he'd be he'd be Leatherface. But in the movie, I mean, yeah, it's very cartoonish. It's very exaggerated, his character, but he's funny. I mean, mainly, like I said, mainly because he's insane.
I mean, I got the impression this whole thing is pretty much a series of slapstick gags on the whole. Like people falling down and stuff breaking and hitting people on the head, and Ice Cube constantly trying to do stuff and getting, screwing it up, painfully looking, sort of at Home Alone, if you will, Home Destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. It's the reverse of Home Alone. You know, it's Ice Cube getting out of the house and tearing it up and destroying it as he goes along. And you know, Ice Cube kind of has this Ralph Cramden thing going on with John C. McGinley. Like John C. McGinley is his Ed Norton. So it is the weirdest thing. This is an odd movie for me. It kind of creeped me out into liking it in a way.
Now, didn't you say this is actually a remake of a 40s film?
Thank you. Yeah, and the thing is, okay, this is the genius of this movie, all right? To like kind of echo Carlisle. This is the genius of this movie.
Genius.
Yeah, they managed to make a sequel and a remake in one movie. They took care of two birds in one stone right
And
there.
who says Hollywood's running out of ideas? Oh, wait.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is the end. This is the beginning of the end right here. They have now managed to take like sequels and do remakes with them at the same time. This is based on a Cary Grant movie called Mr. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I've seen this movie before on TV. Mr. Blandings builds his dream home. Whoever would have thought that we could mix up Ice Cube with Cary Grant?
I'm still not sure we can, but
Yeah. Hey, but they're trying.
that's just terrifying to me. I mean, the very idea. It's like, you know, Ice Cube is a lot of things, but like suave, charming, and sophisticated, he is not. Cary Grant is a lot of things, but a gangster straight tripping yo, he's not.
No, you're right. That'd be funny if they switch places. Like you know, Ice Cube becomes like the high class, charming socialite, and Cary Grant becomes like the dangerous gangster.
Well, Ice Cube would trade for a second. You know, he gets a chance to mac down with Marilyn Monroe and people like that. I mean, hell yeah.
You know they're dead, right?
She's still hotter than the last girl I saw you with.
You got me there, man. Son of a bitch.